Hello YouTube. It is Sunday, October 5th. Today I'm going to do a video that's a little off the beaten trail here. All my videos that I've been doing lately are all on my drippers, my cave or my magmas, my plumebill, all those different drippers that I have. Today I'm going to step back and do a blast from the past. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to rebuild my Kayfun, okay? My Kayfun clone, of course. And I'm going to build it to go onto a regulated device. Okay, the iTaste SBD. All right, don't use that thing very much at all, but today I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it. So what I got here is I got 26 gauge Canthal. Okay, and I'm going to do a 1 ohm build in the Kayfun. Now this 26 gauge is going to ohm out approximately about 1 ohm. Okay, and it's wrapped around a 7/64 rod. So I'm gonna do a 7/6 wrap on here. Actually a 7/8 wrap, I should say. Just to play it safe, this way I make sure that that SVD is gonna fire. The SVD will not fire under 1 ohm. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure I'm at 1 ohm or just a tad bit higher than 1 ohm, just to make sure that it fires up. Okay, so I'm going to mount this onto a broken ohm meter, and I'm going to do my build on it. So I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down. I'm going to do as good as I can to let you see the build. Okay, so what I've done is I got an 8/7 wrap, 26 gauge Canthal, 7/64 bit. Now a lot of people don't like to do builds on the Kayfun for the fact that, I'm sorry about that, for the fact that you gotta wrap the wire around screws. Myself, it doesn't bother me personally. Okay, let me just make some room here. My desk is a little cluttered. I'm gonna try to do this as much as I can on camera to show you how I do Kayfun builds, okay? So what we're gonna do here, keeping the rod in place. Yeah, this is old school. I know nobody is probably interested in seeing this build. There's probably some people out there that are still running some Kayfuns. Okay, so what I did is just I'm going to wrap. Figured today I'll just have a little bit of fun. Go back, a blast from the past here. Go back to my beginning days of vaping. Okay, this is the part that a lot of people don't really like to, why they don't like to build on a Kayfun, is because of this, having to wrap the wire around a little tiny screw. That's the problem. I'm going to use a different screwdriver because that screwdriver can't get much torque on it. Alright folks, sorry about that. Gotta make sure you got a screwdriver that you can actually get a nice torque on when you go and tighten down the screw, just to keep your wire from jumping out of the screw. That's more like it. Okay, now slip the rod in there and get this second wire wrapped. You'd be amazed on the type of vapor production performance you can get from a Kayfun. Now this Kayfun is heavily modified. And when I run it on a mechanical, yeah, I can produce a really, really nice cloud on this Kayfun. I walk into a vape shop, and when they see the cloud that I blow from a Kayfun, they look at that and they go, what the hell? And the way I modified this Kayfun, modified it was drilling out the air holes, opening up my juice chambers or the juice channels, making them bigger and deeper. Let me see if I can get a good focus on it. Okay, the juice channels there are actually bigger than the way they came when I got this atomizer. Okay, see how deep and wide they are now? These channels right here. So, I got my coil on there. Just want to make sure we get the coil centered over the air hole. The air hole is down on the bottom. And we also want to make sure that we don't have that those legs are not touching the post. It's actually really close right there. I'm going to pull it up a little bit just to play it safe. It's actually clear, but I'll pull up a little, pinch the coils together. Okay, see the gap underneath them legs there? That's nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ohm this out, see what it sits at. .82. It may fire on my SBD. I'm going to put it on the SBD right now and try it out. Bear with me, folks. Battery in here. It may fire on the SBD at 0.82 ohms. It may not. If it doesn't, then I'm going to go ahead and just run it on a mechanical and call it a day. Alright, let's go ahead and get it on the SBD. Let's power this baby on. Alright, let's see here. Let's see what it reads on the SBD. 0.8 ohms amp, or 0.8A, which is 0.8 ohms. Let's see if she'll fire it. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, so let's go ahead and that's very nice. It's actually going to fire on, fire up. Oh, I got a red light. Let's see, is it going to fire again? Nope, it changed its mind. It doesn't want to burn it now. Interesting. Oh yeah, there we go. I did a pinch on it, and she decided to fire. Haven't run a regulated mod in a while here. It's actually heating up pretty fast too, considering. Yeah, this is going to be nice. Okay, just make sure it's all tight. Alright folks, so you have it. Okay, firing quick and even. I'm alright with that. Okay, let's get it taken off the mod. Got my wicket. Show you my wicking technique on here. Okay, today I'm going to use the organic unbleached cotton. What's nice about this small coil, like our small atomizer, small coil, it doesn't take a whole lot of cotton to wick it, but you got to make sure you wick it properly. If you don't, you will get dry hits. It's too loose. Don't like it. Let's get another piece here. You don't want it to be too loose, but then again, you don't want it to be too tight either. That's good. Now how I wick these is I'll cut the cotton to where it's long enough to where it goes past the top of the threads. Okay, see that? Just a little bit past. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretty much glue these wicks to the side in there with some juice, and then I'm going to put the chimney on it. So here we go. Let me find the juice that I want to run on it today. Bear with me. Let's get. Let's see here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do Blue Moon. Blue Moon by Steam Juice. Okay, the reason I'm using a little bottle is because this is a 50-50 blend. 50-50 blend. You don't want to use too thick. I've done 80-20s, 80-20 blends in this Kayfun before, but take more of a chance in getting a dry hit more often. So let's get this cotton all saturated, and we're going to glue down. See how that looks? It's kind of glued to the side there. Yeah, see here. Okay, we don't want it to get in the way of the threads when you screw the chimney on. Yep, there's the wife irritating the little dog again. Okay, so once we get this just the way you want it, let's get the chimney. Okay, we're going to screw the chimney on. Now before I put the top of the chimney, I'm going to do a fire on it. Wipe off any excess juice that I got all over it. Let's fire it up, make sure we get vapor production out of it. Very nice. That's a very nice build there. Let's go ahead and continue to put the thing together. So we put the top of the chimney on. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and screw the whole tank together. Okay, now I'm going to fill it with some juice. Now I always fill my Kayfun. I always fill my Kayfun from the bottom, the way it was designed to be filled. Call me weird, call me what you will, but I just prefer to do it that way. Now you can gauge how much you should put if you keep an eye on the top on your dropper. Sometimes you can see it stop when you're squeezing it, but if you don't catch that, you'll notice it'll start dripping out where the drip tip goes. That's when you know you're full. Now once you do that and it does come out the drip tip, it's overfilled. A couple of things you can do. One of them is just blow through the chimney, through the top piece, and put a napkin over the air hole. And that'll clear out any excess juice that's in the air hole. Then you just take your paper towel and stick it down through that chimney to dry it out. Okay, all set. So I'm going to use the airflow controlled drip tip that I have. It's got that 3 holes drilled in it. I originally drilled this drip tip for this Kayfun. Okay, this Kayfun was the original use for it. Alright folks, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give her a vape. See how she does. Yeah, by using this drip tip as well, it allows me to do straight lung hits. If I decide if I feel like doing mouth to lung hits, then I just change the drip tip to a standard drip tip and call it a day. So here we go. We got a nice sizzle. Now, as always, with the Kayfun, the flavor is phenomenal. It is awesome. Every nuance of your juice is just there. Now you see in the cloud production I made out of there just off of a tank. Okay, now that's with the standard or the airflow drip tip. Thing is long though. Look how long that thing is. Holy shit. But anyway, let's take another rip off of it. That's from a Kayfun. Alright folks, I'm gonna try some melt the lungs melt the lung hits there. Get a different drip tip on there. Guess it would help if I had one with an O-ring on it, right? Alright, here we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. The flavor is quite good. Now let's see what's my wattage at here. 15 watts. Give me a second, let me unlock this thing. Stupid thing. Okay, I'm going to run it at 15 watts. Not bad. Just a little bit way too long. Let me grab another box real quick. I'm going to put it on my other eye taste here. See how it burns on there. I don't have the trim ring on it, but so be it. Okay, well, let's see what our power is sitting at. Okay, this only goes up to 11 watts. So I'm going to run this at 11 watts. It's not bad at all. Old school. My very first real tank that I can actually modify and enjoy the hell out of it. Alright, now I'm going to put it on an unregulated mod. I'm going to put it on my Nemesis. Okay. Looks really sharp on the Nemesis as well. Not as long. Let me make some adjustments here. Give me 1 second. Very nice. Now one more time with the airflow drip tip on. Excuse me. Amazing. Yep, it actually hits pretty good on the regulated devices, but it hits better on my unregulated device. Looks really good on the Nemesis. But I'm going to give it another good hit and I'll call it a day. Wow. That's nice. Very nice. I want to give it another hit. That cloud is from a Kayfun. Believe it. Anyway, folks, that's it for today. Within the next couple of days, I should be getting in my new atomizer. It is the Cerberus 28.5 millimeter 6-post tri-coil atomizer. I'm going to be doing a build on it as soon as I get it in. Until then, I'll see you then. Have a great day and vape on.